Yeah, let's do about this preparation of ethers and particularly the Williamson synthesis of ethers in this video. Yes, first of all, let's look at how many types of preparations of ethers are there. Yes, preparation of ether, there are two kinds of, methods of preparation of ether. That one is first by dehydration of alcohols and the second one is Williamson synthesis of ether. I've dealt with this in my first video by dehydration of alcohols. Now let's deal about this Williamson synthesis of ethers in detail now. Yes. What is Williamson synthesis of ether? So in this method, first alkyl halides are made to react with this sodium alkoxide, resulting in the formation of an ether. So this ether is nothing but two alkyl groups attached to an oxygen is nothing but an ether, where here alkyl halide is made to react with sodium alkoxide, resulting in the formation of an ether. This is an alkyl halide RX. For example, if I take methyl iodide and sodium ethoxide, this is alkoxide I'm using. This is sodium alkoxide, resulting in the formation of ethyl methyl ether. This is methyl part and ethyl part from this and linked to this oxygen. Right. Let's understand what is happening here actually. Yes. What is happening? It's actually an SN2 attack, that is a substitution nucleophilic bimolecular reaction that is taking place during the preparation of this ether. So here alkyl halide we are taking to be this methyl chloride, and this alkoxide here we are taking is a sodium tertiary, it's a sodium butoxide I'm taking here, tertiary butoxide. It's a tertiary group here, right? Tertiary butyl group, resulting in the formation of this tertiary butyl methyl ether. Right? So we are taking primary alkyl halide, this alkoxide to be tertiary. So this one will, alkoxide ion will attack on this carbon atom here by means of SN2 attack, resulting in this chloride, this Cl is getting eliminated, is substituted here, resulting in the formation of this ether here. Right. So here the alkyl halide used should be primary group here. Yes, and the alkoxide ion can be secondary or tertiary or primary also if needed, depending upon the ether we want to prepare. Suppose we are taking this tertiary alkyl halide and this one is primary. So what is happening? It's an alkene which is being formed and not the expected ether, no traces of ether which is being formed here. So if I'm taking primary alkyl halide, we are getting an ether by means of SN2. That's a substitution nucleophilic reaction here. But if I'm using tertiary alkyl halide, I'm getting this alkene. So this by the process of elimination here. Right. So in selecting the reagents, we must be careful that we should use primary alkyl halide and not secondary or tertiary. If we are using secondary or tertiary, we are getting the elimination product, that is the alkene. So here, what is the reason for us to get this alkene is, here we know that this methoxide ion, that is sodium methoxide, sodium alkoxide, is a nucleophile and also acts as a base. And also acts as a base. So the function of the nucleophile is to attack on this carbon atom. But the function of this base is to attract a proton from this beta carbon. So if it is tertiary here, instead of attacking on this carbon atom, because there is lots of steric hindrance, there is 3 CH3 groups with the 3 hydrogens on each of these carbon atoms. So it is a little tough for it to attack on this carbon atom now, this one. So what will it do? It will take away this proton from this beta carbon atom, abstract a proton. So it is acting as a base, abstract a proton, and resulting in the formation of this alkene here. So instead of acting as a nucleophile, it is act as a base because there is a steric hindrance here. It doesn't want to attack on this carbon atom because there is steric hindrance. Instead, it will choose the easier way to abstract this proton. Yeah, but if it is primary alkyl halide, so what will it do? This will act as a nucleophile, attack on this carbon atom, kick away this chlorine, Cl here. resulting in the formation of ether. But if you are using tertiary alkyl halide, because of the steric hindrance, because now here you are using tertiary. If it is secondary, also the same case. So it will act as a base, abstract this proton, resulting in the formation of an alkene. So this is what is happening here. So this method is useful for the preparation of symmetrical or unsymmetrical ethers. Both can be prepared by this method. Unlike the first method, that is dehydration of alcohols, where only symmetrical ethers can be prepared. And here, the ethers which are containing secondary and tertiary alkyl groups can also be prepared by this method. This is an advantage over the first method, right? Because by choosing this alkoxide ion with the suitable secondary or tertiary groups, the desired ether can be prepared, right? Not only primary, but secondary and tertiary alkyl group containing ethers can be prepared by this method. So the method which is mechanism which is followed by is SN2 mechanism here, right? And let's look at the characteristics of this reaction of what we have done here. So it's an important laboratory method because we can prepare symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers, and also the ethers which are containing the secondary or tertiary alkyl groups can be prepared by this method. And the SN2 attack which is followed, yes, we've already done this, and better results are obtained, right? If alkyl halide is primary, if it is secondary or tertiary, what is happening? Elimination is predominating over the substitution, and alkene is being formed here, right? So alkyl halide should be primary. If it is secondary or tertiary, what is happening? Alkene is being formed by means of yes, elimination. Right. Now, what are the appropriate reagents like? Yeah, I'll give you one reaction. Is this an appropriate reaction for the preparation of, yes, tertiary butyl ethyl ether? Yeah. So I'm giving you C2H5 ONA plus so on this reaction, do we get this product? Right. No, because the alkyl halide which I'm using here is tertiary. If I'm using this tertiary, what is happened? There is a steric hindrance. So what will this alkoxide ion do? Sodium alkoxide. This will abstract a proton from here rather than attacking on this carbon atom. So what do you get? The elimination product. This is what we get here. Not the ether, tertiary butyl ethyl ether. So for this reaction to occur, so what are the reagents we should use here? Just the reverse of that. CH3, C, CH3, CH3, ONA plus C2H5, Cl. Yes. Now this will act as the right, resulting in the formation of this particular product. Right. Tertiary butyl ethyl ether is being formed. So always the alkyl halide should be used as a primary alkyl halide. And this can be tertiary or secondary depending upon the product you wanted. Right? This is a correct reaction for the preparation of tertiary butyl ethyl ether. Done. So now again for the preparation of ethers with an aryl group, so method is first convert this phenol into sodium phenoxide by the sodium hydroxide. So this is sodium phenoxide. This on reaction with alkyl halide. So this phenoxide ion will attack on this carbon atom, excess loss. So this gets ethers, right? What ether? Alkyl phenyl ethers is being formed with the desired alkyl group can be prepared by this method. Yes, this is Williamson synthesis of ether, and Yes, if you like this, please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. And if you want the video of any particular topic, please do share it in the comment section. And trainings are given from Isha Kemad Academy for all the grades and for all the books. And the details of this has been given in the description box below.